Alright, welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today, Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway 3 just took place for the BMF title. And man, what a fight. I feel like many people were extremely critical of the quality of this card as far as name value and matchups. Me included, it is what it is. But I feel like a lot of times when that happens, the fights deliver. And the last 3 fights on the main card especially delivered. And that's the thing. As much as I hated this matchup and I dreaded it, I'll admit, Max Holloway proved me wrong again. I really thought that the fact that Poirier chinned him would kind of be the beginning of the end because, as soon as you see these guys with granite chins have it cracked, they're never really the same. And especially after the post-fight press conference, Max Holloway said, I told you guys this is in a funeral. I'm not done. Just because you see me get put away doesn't mean I'm done. Very impressed. And as far as the results of the card, people are like, oh, well, I wanted Poirier to win his retirement. To me, this is the best case scenario that could have happened for both parties, right? Well, maybe not both parties, but hear me out. If Poirier beat Holloway, let's say by decision or by finish, right? By finish would be worse. Holloway goes down the rankings, and that's the thing. Holloway's still staying in the fight game. So it'd be the worst case scenario for him to lose against a guy who's retiring because the guy who's retiring doesn't go anywhere with the win. So for me, I wanted Max Holloway to win because, like I said, he still has a lot more to prove. And I've been seeing a lot of people saying Max Holloway versus Dan Hooker, Max Holloway versus Paddy, blah blah blah. And we'll get into that later. But as far as this, Dustin Poirier, he fought his heart out. He didn't get finished in front of his home crowd. So that's I guess somewhat of a positive for Poirier. Holloway wins. He has momentum back. He has wins back. He looked amazing. Poirier had a few moments. He dropped and rocked Holloway, but Holloway was able to recover. And that's the thing. Holloway had his moments as well. More than Poirier, right? Whereas, it reminded me of the Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje performance. He did really well. Max Holloway, you can see him. He was filled in for the weight class. He wasn't flabby like he was in the second fight. Max Holloway just continues to blow me away, man. Aside from Poirier, as far as strikers in the 155 division, I don't know who could hang with Holloway and beat him. I've been saying, this has been Holloway's weight class for a while now. I'm super happy he's here. I'm super happy he's here to stay. Going down to 145, that's the thing. If he never went down to 145 and fought Ilia Topuria, I would have had Max Holloway predicted to win, no brainer. That's the thing. It's just the recovery on Max Holloway. It's just another level, and I respect him so much. And yeah, he's back in the win column. Poirier didn't get finished in front of his home crowd. And Max Holloway is also not 0-3 and 0-3 in 2 trilogies. So that's another good thing, right? So yeah, best case scenario for me as a fan personally, because like I said, Poirier winning, sure. I mean, great. Yay, fairy tale ending. But at the same time, you got to think of Holloway, 0-3, right? So really amazing fight. And as far as Holloway, he still has the confidence to go in there and box with the best of them. And that's just an amazing sign because, like I said, sometimes when people get chinned, they're not the same. They're not confident anymore. And Holloway went right at him in the first round. And he had the knockdown in the first round too. So I'm just so blown away by this fight. Yeah. Like I said, I'll bite the bullet. I'll admit it. I was wrong about this card. But, as far as pay-per-view, though, I still make my case that I think every fight on the main card should be ranked and be in a winning streak, at least one of the parties, right? So, yeah. Anyways, solid fight. Congratulations on Poirier to an amazing career. Even though you didn't become undisputed champion, I've heard rumblings that they want to get him in the Hall of Fame, so that's great. As far as Dustin Poirier, he didn't look... he's definitely not in his prime anymore. He did look 36. Maybe he would have a little more success if he was, younger. But, I mean, it is what it is. I guess we'll never know. Super happy for Holloway. I'd like to see him go... I don't know if I'd like to see him against Poirier yet. I think, him versus Hooker or him versus Paddy. I don't know about an Armin and Holloway matchup. I don't know about that. I don't know if that does much for me. But, super excited to see Holloway's future. I love to see him in this weight class. Amazing addition to 155. And yeah, just because, he's been around for a while, he is still 33 and he has a lot left in the tank. So yeah, congratulations, Holloway. Congratulations to Poirier. And next fight. Paulo Costa is back. I'm so happy. I'm so glad I was wrong about this because that's the thing. I have UFC 5, so every time there's a fight, like I predict the main cards on the UFC 5. But yeah, I was wrong for I think all of them. I genuinely think I was wrong for all of them because I had Poirier winning, then I had Kopylov, then I had Holland, then I had Ige, and then I had I was wrong for all 5. But you know what though? It is what it is. I'm not an expert, but yeah. I thought Costa, I thought he was going to be another shell of his former self and just kind of, take a bunch of shots, maybe swing a few back, but not land anything. Or, man, I was wrong. Paulo Costa knocked him down, and those kicks were on point. He looked amazing. Sure, he was gassing near the end. Like, he didn't, not gassing, but, you can definitely tell, like, he still needs to work on his cardio for sure, but to throw those kicks with power and knock down Kopylov, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure they're both 40 or 34, so I can't say young and up and comer, but still, a new face in the division. Because yeah, this was kind of like, okay, we'll give Kopylov Costa to make a bit of a name for himself and then move up to the top 10. But no, I'm super happy for Costa. He has history with Chimaev, which makes sense. He's talking about the whole DM stuff and all that. I don't know if that's the next fight. But I'm very happy Paulo Costa's back in the win column. He looks like he's back. He looks like he has that aggression. He was saying in his post-fight press conference, he's like, I got my confidence back, and next fight, I'll be having the confidence to go for the finish completely. Because that's the thing. He did let Kopylov recover at times. But that's the thing too. I was like, yeah, he is letting him recover, but at the same time, it just goes to show the composure of Paulo, He doesn't want to gas himself out, which, ultimately he kind of did, but, it was a very mature, methodical performance from Paulo Costa. I'm very happy. Now, as far as, top 5 and all that, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But no, he looks in great form. He looks like he's taking this fight a lot more serious. And whatever was affecting him beforehand, I think this was the perfect matchup to get him. Because this was kind of do or die for Paulo, right? If he lost this one, it was, in talks to cut him. So yeah, I'm very happy, especially, that's the thing, I don't dislike Roman Kopylov, but not an ounce of charisma or personality where it's like we need some personality in middleweight for sure, and Paulo Costa brings that. So yeah, very happy for his performance. Very, very, very happy. Looked amazing, and can't wait to see what's next. As far as Kopylov, people are going to be like, oh, you got beat by washed Costa. I think Costa's back, so I don't think his stock should drop too far. And that's the thing, Kopylov was in there willing to fight. It's not like he surrendered or let Costa just tee off on him. So, good performance from both people. Now, moving on. Welterweight. Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. What the fuck? Like, when I was watching this, because that's the thing. By no means is Kevin Holland, and that's the thing. Everyone knows my feelings about Kevin Holland. I hate Kevin Holland. I hate him for the Rampage Jackson thing, and just his whole attitude in general. But the Rampage Jackson, when he went on Jackson podcast, that to me is when I'm like, I will never root for Holland ever again. I fucking hate Holland. So I was very happy to see this, but at the same time, I'm like watching it because Kevin Holland, he's not the best striker. He's not the best grappler. Obviously, he's better at striking though. But I'm like watching him get teed off on by like a 38-year-old Daniel Rodriguez with, I'll be honest, questionable technique, especially when he was going at him like with his punches. Like he was punching a lot from his hips, but I can say questionable all you want, but like look at Dricus du Plessis, like all these unorthodox styles, like wow, like I was just having him on like that's doorstep. Like I was like, what the hell? Like Daniel Rodriguez looked amazing. And that's the thing. Obviously, devil's advocate could be like, oh, well, Kevin Holland's been fighting too much, blah, 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 blah. He hasn't been recovering, blah, blah, which obviously could be a factor as well, but and I know he dropped Daniel Rodriguez, and Daniel Rodriguez was almost out of there as well. So I was like, what a war. So Holloway and Poirier were complaining that they didn't get fight of the night, but that's the thing. Dumbass Dana White. Yeah, well, if I give both of them 50 grand, then it'll affect my birthday present for the Nelk Boys. It's like, fucking, I hate the Nelk Boys, bro. I'll be honest. Like, that whole genre of human being, like, oh, what's up, bro? I just fucking can't stand that shit. And it really pisses me off because Dana White, how the fuck do you not give Holloway and Poirier a bonus? Like, they almost finished each other. Like, I get Holland and Rodriguez was an amazing fight, but fucking hell, man. Penny pinching. It's just so frustrating, bro. Like, yeah, it's gonna affect my a 40 million salary. I can't give him an extra 50 grand. Like that, it's like Poirier's retirement. Like, give both these guys 200K bonus minimum fucking mom. And then same thing with Holland and Rodriguez. Like, literally, give them a huge bonus too. Like, I can't fucking stand the soulless horse shit of, yeah, well, we're gonna affect our bottom dollar. Fuck off. This is fighting, bro. Like, they're putting their fucking lives on the line, and you give them nothing, no bonus. Go fuck yourself, UFC. Like, literally, that's completely brain dead to me, bro. Like, I don't know, because apparently back in the day, like, a lot of the fighters would be like, yeah, they would say that my payout would be, really low, but then I would get a bonus from whoever in the back and, like, behind closed doors, don't really talk about it kind of thing. So, to be fair, they could be doing that kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, as far as, like, this fight, though, man, fucking hell, what a war, what a performance. I did not think this would be the case at all. I thought Kevin Holland would kind of piece him up and then go for the head kick and get a similar kind of TKO like Ian Gary did. But yeah, no, for Holland to get tuned up like that, fuck. Wow. Like, as far as both of them having championship material, I mean, I'm very doubtful. Like, I feel like Daniel Rodriguez is just trying to, maximize the amount of money he can get from his career at this point. But yeah, as far as this fight, what a fucking war. Very impressed. Very impressed. Like I said, hate Kevin Holland, but he's got heart. He's got heart. And he's got recovery. So, I can't say too much about his fighting skill. Like, that's the thing. Is he top 5? No. Is he really good? Yes. Do I hate his personality? Yes. You know what I mean? So I'm allowed to respect the fighting skill set, but not hate the person. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Moving on. Now, these final 2 fights of this card. I'm very disappointed in Dan Ige. Very, very, very disappointed in Dan Ige. Like, that's the thing. The fight really didn't start until like 7 minutes in, right? They did nothing for round 1, and then halfway through round 2, Patricio Pitbull started going at him. And I'm just like, if you have this power, where's it been this whole time? Like, you did nothing against Yair. Now you have Dan Ige, he's really good, but he's not elite. He's not elite. He makes, questionable decisions in fights. And that's the thing. He is an amazing fighter, but like, I guess since he got cracked by Patricio, he just gave him too much respect, and he was just never able to get back into the fight. Like, he did well near the end, but it's just like, a lot of people were like, robbery, but like, to me, I was just very disappointed with Dan Ige. Like, especially for an Eric Nixick athlete, like, I would have thought there would be like plans 3, 4, 5, plan A, B, C, D. Like, I don't know, it was just very frustrating. And then to see him get taken down by Patricio with relative ease annoyed me as well, because that's the thing. Patricio Pitbull, he wasn't really going for submissions. It was kind of just like wrestling to wrestle. And it was just, I don't know. I thought Dan Ige would tune him up and just really bring the fight out of him, which he kind of did in rounds 2, like I said. But I don't know, man. I really don't like Patricio Pitbull. Like, I'm sorry. It's the same thing with these fucking comedians, right? They'll be like, oh, funniest guy on the planet. He's such a beast. He's such a monster. Oh my God, he's so hilarious. And then you watch his shit, it's just like, ugh, you don't even smirk. Same thing. All these fighters are like, Patricio Pitbull, he's so amazing, blah, blah, blah. And maybe he was, 5 years ago, but he's like, what, 38, 36, something like that? He got to, as far as I'm concerned, he got to the UFC way too late. His inactivity is just really, really, really frustrating. It reminds me, not as bad, but it kind of reminds me of MVP, because obviously MVP goes for it a lot more, but like the same thing, it's just far too hesitant. Like that whole, like I said, the first 7 minutes of that fight were just nothing. Even the commentary was like, what is this? Like, why is he not going? Like, and that's the thing, they were like, we know he has the skill set, it's just he's way too hesitant. And there you go. Once he actually started fighting, he knocked down Dan Ige. And like, yeah, for Dan Ige not to have much of an answer for Patricio Pitbull, that's really frustrating to watch. And that's the thing. I know Patricio won, but I wouldn't be mad if they cut him, to be honest with you. Like, I just don't know who's going to be able to match up with Patricio to actually get him to fight. Like, maybe a Josh Emmett to just walk at him and die. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not excited to watch Patricio Pitbull again. I don't like his style, and his lack of urgency is very frustrating to watch. But yeah, as far as Dan Ige, it is what it is. Like, he's had a lot of really good fights, so it's like, you can't be like, oh, one bad performance, so he ain't shit. So it's not that at all. It's just, like I said, bad performance. Definitely go back on the drawing board. Definitely, when you're going into these fights, have plan A, B, C, D. You know, not just stand there with Patricio and kind of just, you know, trade back and forth, you know, every few minutes. So, yeah. I was hoping, and I was thinking that Danige would not walk through him, but, like, you know, like I said, kind of tune him up. But, yeah. Nope. So, yeah, it is what it is. Moving on, Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. Another one I was dead wrong on. I thought Zellhuber would chin him. I thought he would go with some sort of flying knee or like some sort of dynamic kick. But Michael Johnson, I think, what is he, like 39 or something like that? He's still that fast for this weight class. Blew me away. And like Zellhuber, another one, another Eric Nixick athlete with very questionable decisions as well. Like, it's just, okay, rounds one. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to get tuned up in the boxing exchanges and then just throw head kicks. Or body kicks. They don't do much. All right, let's throw another body kick and head kick. Like, it's just like doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting the same result. What is that? A definition of insanity? You know what I mean? So it's like, it was just really frustrating to watch Daniel Zellhuber get tuned up by what I was looking at his record. It's like 24-19 to get tuned up by him at 39 when you're, I want to say upcoming prospect, you know, in a sense, but it's just like, yeah, I don't know. He's massive for the weight class. To me, I think if he went to welterweight and filled in a bit more, I feel like that's probably part of the reason why he got rocked like that and dropped. But man, to have Michael Johnson do that to you when you're upcoming, like this was supposed to be Zellhuber. It's just like, go in there, knock out a name, go up in the rankings, you know, get some hype behind him again. But like, I'm just very, very disappointed in the lack of fight IQ in Daniel Zellhuber. And it just goes to show the lack of experience. It is what it is. But I was expecting a lot more out of Daniel Zellhuber. And yeah, not that I'm just like, you know, wanting to see the old veterans get KO'd all the time, but it's just like, you know, it's the same thing with the Costa one. It's like they wanted Roman Kopylov to build his name off of him, you know? Same thing with Daniel Zellhuber. They set this fight up for him to show out. First fight on the pay-per-view main card. It wasn't a bad fight, don't get me wrong, but it was very frustrating to watch Daniel Zellhuber. I don't know what the game plan was, but if kick to the head and body while it's not working over and over again is the game plan, I guess he followed it to a T. But yeah, very frustrating to watch. Now, as far as the prelims go, I'll talk about this one. Fight of the night. Brendan Allen versus... What? We got fight of the night? Okay. I don't think I would have given it to them. What the fuck? Okay, I didn't realize it says on the UFC website that they got the fight of the night. Okay, whatever. Anyways, yeah. As far as this fight went, I was kind of torn. Like, I didn't know who to choose from because both of them have questionable fight IQs. Both of them are not elite by any means. But yeah. For Marvin Vettori, I mean, let's be honest, no one's shocked. He hasn't evolved whatsoever. I know he's dealing with his personal issues and all that. It is what it is. You know, if that's truly affecting you that much, don't come back that soon. But at the same time, it's just classic Vettori. 1-2 down the middle. That's about it. And then I think he was saying in the end of round 1 or 2, he was like, oh, my fucking nose is broken. And it's true. Like, Brendan Allen did really well on the feet. I thought it would be a lot more grapple-heavy fighting. Like, they were grappling for a bit, and then Vettori was able to reverse the position, but yeah, too little too late. Like, Vettori he even switched gyms, and he's still not evolving. Nothing's changing. And it's like, well, just out of curiosity, let's go see what Vittori's record is right now. Because I swear, he's been losing a lot. Like, I know it's not like a whole streak, but still. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, damn, it is. Okay, so Brendan Allen beat him. And before that, Delidze beat him in a decision. Then before that, Cannonier beat the fuck out of him. And then before that, that was their first Delidze fight. And Marvin Vettori won that. And then he lost to Whitaker. So he's 1-4 in his last 5, right? So, and that's the thing too. It's just, what really bothered me about this whole thing too, I was going to make a video, but I decided not to about it. Why the fuck was this not on the main card and Patricio Pitbull and Dan Ige was on the fucking press conference main card. How the fuck is that even possible? Like, I get the fight. No one thought the fight would have been as good as it was, but like, Brandon Allen's from that area. He was saying he's like 40 minutes away from the arena, and you know they had beef, so it drives me up the fucking wall. Like, that's the thing. Like, these fights, most of them were good. The first two on the main card were questionable, so I think easily either one of those should have been replaced by Vettori and Brendan Allen, because Zellhuber and Michael Johnson aren't ranked, and then Patricio's not ranked. So yeah, I think they should have switched that around. Big mistake, because that's the thing. Zellhuber and Johnson were going at each other a little bit in the press conference, but not much, like nothing like crazy, right? Whereas Dan Ige and Patricio Pitbull have absolutely nothing to say on the mic. Nothing ever to say on the mic. I don't want to see either one of these fucking people on the main card ever. Well, I shouldn't say that. Dan Ige is really good. It's just, as far as like on a press conference, we don't need them to be there, So that's just my thoughts. It just really bothers me when we have people who actually talk on the fucking prelims, especially of this, questionable main card, like look at the rankings, look at these guys' streaks, like it is what it is. But yeah, no. All in all, like I said, Holloway Poirier guaranteed war. Wasn't expecting anything else. But I'll say this. I was right about Poirier, because remember, I was like, Poirier, obviously he's a dog. He's tough as hell. No one's questioning that. But when Holloway went, hey, let's go. I said in my prediction, Poirier's retiring. He doesn't want to go to that. Like, I guarantee you, if both of them have to choose, okay, are we going to go in this fire? Holloway's like, fuck yes, let's go. Poirier, I'm kind of done. Whereas Holloway still has so much more to prove, and that's why he went and clinched. And in the post-fight press conference, he admitted it. He's like, Poirier's like, yeah, let's wrestle. Like, I got hit with a few shots. I'm like, okay. So obviously he didn't want to go down like Gaethje did. Like, Gaethje, that's the thing. Respect the Gaethje for doing that. Fucking hell. Whereas Poirier, I don't know if he thought he was up, because I'm pretty sure he was like, oh, I thought it was closer than that. But yeah, Holloway, really, really, really good performance. Like I said, not to Poirier yet. Not to Poirier yet. One more for Holloway. Let the whole division shuffle itself out. Maybe you throw Arman in there with Poirier, but yeah. I think Holloway, really good. Take some time, recover, and then get back in there in the later half of this year. Well, not later half, later quarter. And maybe Dan Hooker or something like that. I'll make a video about who I want to fight, or who I want them to fight next. But yeah, all in all, really good fight card as far as fights themselves, aside from Dan Ige and Pitbull. And, when Michael Johnson had his moments, but aside from that, that wasn't a great fight either. But yeah, all in all, those are my thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.